this is an archetype style of fight that I do not like for Josh Emmett whatsoever right here. However, you cannot deny there is one thing that will always keep him relevant in his division. Doesn't matter that he's 40 years old. He has a nuclear bomb in his hands that can crack at any time. If he lands that right hand on you, it does not matter who you are. You're going down. And also on top of that, he's durable, man. But how durable can you be at 40 years old? How durable do you need to be against Youssef Zalal? You tell me.
Whew, how durable can he be at 40 years old, Derek? I mean, only one knockout on Josh Emmett's pro career. Pretty durable, I'd imagine, especially at there. But now, how durable do you need to be against Youssef Zalal? Very durable, Derek. Especially the accumulation of damage over time, right? Youssef Zalal, he's not stunning people left and right, but he is accumulating the pressure, accumulating the damage, and working your body, working the head, mixing things up how he should, and then he can find his openings, whether it's submission, whether it's just pressure all day long. With the speed advantage that Youssef Zalal presents, it is very, very hard to just pick up and time a one-time right-hand K over the top. But we've seen Josh Emmett do it, 7 times now? So it is possible.
Yeah, man. I mean, Youssef Zalal, that you said it, he's like a bunch of paper cuts, and it's accumulation of damage right there. I think the real factor comes in speed, dude. I just think he's going to be way faster, and he's going to move way too much. So, Josh Emmett, what is the archetypical problem that you see with his fighting style? It's if you got a guy with a lot of mobility and a lot of speed in front of him, he can cut off the cage decently, especially in a small cage, but in a big cage, a lot of following. And that following and that one shot at a time mentality with an occasional, like, I'm going to dip in, maybe a little clinch, maybe a little takedown, right? That's not enough to me against Youssef Zalal. So I think Youssef Zalal just gets on his bike and does the thing. But AJ, this poses the problem right here. Why did Youssef Zalal get cut from the UFC in the first place? Because he was running, he was on his bike, wasn't winning all of his fights, even though he had a hard strength of schedule. And they said, like, one, you're just go get some more experience, go get more exciting. He came back, went on a massive finish streak. And then we kind of got a glimpse in the last fight again of, let me bring it back up. We got a glimpse of what that general Youssef Zalal looks like against Calvin Kattar, where Kattar is trying to box him up, but he's just moving too much for him. So a win is good, but an impressive win, Youssef Zalal said it himself in the pre-fight conference, an impressive win potentially, I don't know in what world this is, but potentially gets him a title shot against Volk. I don't see that happening necessarily, but talk to me, brother. Do you think that he's going to be willing to play the typical game, or he knows I need to try to get a finish at all costs necessary?
Yes, I think Youssef Zalal is going to implement that strategy right here, especially if he's eyeing up gold, because I don't know what he's smoking, but pass it, because that is not in your sights next one. Unless, like, right, like unless Youssef Zalal goes out there and just absolutely stone cold shuts out the lights of Josh Emmett in the first 30 seconds, when Emmett is going to be trying to put on the pressure, right? He's going to be headhunting. He's going to be looking to get that front foot going. That's the only way I could see Youssef Zalal really shooting himself up those rankings, and I still don't see a title fight in the next fight. But the one thing I do think that leads Youssef Zalal to be willing to take that kind of strategy in this fight is when Josh Emmett is leading the dance, right? He's putting the pressure on people. He might be moving. He's cutting off the cage a little bit, but because he's looking for that big power all the time, his head movement is basically null and void. He sits there, hands guard, high guard, everything, but he's taking some damage so that way he can land his big one. And it's just not going to be the thing you need to be doing with the speed and the movement that Youssef Zalal presents. Josh Emmett needs to work on the head movement. He needs to crash in, and he needs to get corral Youssef Zalal in so he can do the damage. But then you got to watch out for the submission threat that Youssef Zalal presents. There's a lot of bad that can happen for Josh Emmett right here. I do not like this fight for him.
Yeah, I think it's pretty simple, man. He needs to really go heavy on the calf kicks. If he can catch Zalal, create some damage, slow down the mobility, and let the right hand decide it. But if he can't do that, I think that this is Zalal's fight to lose right here. The total is 2.5. As you saw, and I'll bring it up again, as you saw, here we go. Zalal is a minus 520 favorite right here, right? So very, very comfortable favorite. Not really a lot of value that you could just take from a pure money line perspective. But for the total at minus 340 at over 2.5, if you're betting Zalal, I feel like you almost have to take that if you're going to bet on this fight. To me, this is not a bettable fight necessarily, unless you're on the Josh Emmett side. What do you think?
Unless you're on the Josh Emmett side, then yeah. I mean, Josh Emmett by TKO, Josh Emmett by points. There's a lot of ways to win it. The best one, I mean, obviously, is Josh Emmett by TKO plus
Yeah,
600 right there. But honestly, Derek, I don't like the over, the under. I mean, what was minus 320 or minus 340? That's just too pricey for me. What I
yeah,
do like though, if you are a Youssef Zalal better and you were extremely confident in this one, and this is a pick. Like don't get me wrong,
mhm,
I'm not putting money on this one, especially at the numbers that they are. But if you are, folks, Youssef Zalal by points is the best money you're going to get. Just a little under minus 200 at minus 195 right there. So there's
yeah.
money to be made. Not a lot. Like I said, stay away from this one, but I like Youssef Zalal to win the fight.
To me, I look at this and I don't even want to jinx myself right here, but I feel good about it. I think this is a parlay piece. I think that this is like a good parlay leg that you could feel pretty confident about. Like, all right, listen, unless Josh Emmett hits him with a nuke, I don't really see many other paths. You don't really want to take Zalal down because of the guard of Zalal. Maybe he does though. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe he wants to clinch him up and try to. Here's the thing about Josh Emmett. The last thing, man, where does he suffer the most damage? Is counters from his pressure, right? Where does he suffer like any type of issues is like if you're being over aggressive, that's where Zalal is going to come in, do a back take, potentially choke you out, whatever the case may be. So I think he's going to play it smart and safe enough. His athleticism looks fantastic at 40 years old, but again, you pretty much just got a big right hand, and let's see what else we could do right there. So that is the play right there. Youssef Zalal, pretty easy pick. Don't overcomplicate the process here, people. The Moroccan Devil is looking to let me see actually how many wins in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins in a row. Okay, AJ, you have to admit we're getting into that territory where a big win right here. I mean, brother, 8 wins, you're gonna have to do 10 like Bilal, 10 like
12 like Leon.
exactly, there we go, like Leon. You know, are you gonna have to? So just give me your last assessment right here, man. You string together 2 3 more max, they gotta give the dude a title shot or something, right?
Depends on the names, Derek. Depends on the names. The biggest name right there, Calvin Cater. Don't get me wrong. Jack
Yeah.
Shore's great. John Aaron, Billy Q. Like, there's some good names on there, Derek. But how much do you think the Moroccan Devil, who's been cut once before, has respect in the UFC brass? I don't think it's that many. That's why I say he needs some star power on that hit list, brother.
Yeah, that's fair. And as he creeps up, as the competition gets higher and higher, the old Zalal style starts creeping back out. So that's fair. That's completely fair. I'll take that.